Hello, and welcome to this Daz Studio tutorial. In this video, we're going to add some serious atmosphere to our scene by including some dust effects and some water reflections to our render. I came across a really good product the other day called Abandoned Effects that has this water disk feature to it. So let's go find that. First of all, you can take a look at the scene as we have it right now. We've done a couple of things in our previous two videos, like adding depth of field and some VDB emissions and fire effects. So now let's get on to the next part. So let's take this out of Array and go to texture shaded. And then we're going to go down to our props section. And I believe this is a Kindred Arts product. And then we should have a KA Abandoned Effects right there. Go to props, water, and there it is there, the water disk. So let's load this into our scene. There we go. Looks like it came in a little bit high because it's all the way up to our guy's knees. So let's find that in our scene tab. There's the water disk. And we're going to want to lower that. So let's go to our posing tab, select the water disk. It came in at 69.69. So let's get that lower down. So I think that should be quite a ways down. Let's put that at about, I don't want it over the sidewalk, but I do want it fairly high. Let's see if we just put it around number 14. Yeah, that might be good. And then the reflection, this is a flat plane right now because you can see here everything is zero across the board for translation and rotation. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the Z-axis rotation. You'll see here this will make it sway left and right. So we can make that 0. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a negative 0.25 rotation on that. So that's going to end up pointing the water reflections more towards our camera. So let's go back to the NVIDIA Array draw style and see how that looks. See if we got it just the way we want or if we need to add a little more to this. There we go. Our Array draw styles starting to come through, and look at that. So we have these really nice reflections coming down underneath our runner silhouette now. We have some reflections down in the middle of the street. That's really adding some interesting aspects to our render that I think is really making it even more grounded. I liked how it was looking beforehand, but I really like what this adds and brings to the table. All right, so that being said, this still seems a bit too clean. We have some embers in the air, but we're missing all the dust and volume that should be in the air. So let's put this back on texture shaded now that we have an idea of what that's looking like. Go to our content library, and there's actually a dust product that I think is also from Kindred Arts. Let's see, yeah, Array dust right there. We have that loaded. So under atmosphere, you have this dust grid. So we can load this. So let's unselect the water disk and load this dust grid. There we go. So now dust grid is already selected in our scene here. We can see that there's 3 sections, center, far, and rear. So we'll just select the main heading. Now let's see, dust grid strength. So we can do full, which looks like is what it is default. We have low, and we have medium. I think we'll keep it on full for right now. And let's see what that looks like. So let's throw this back onto NVIDIA Array and see what kind of dimensions this really adds. Because with all the fire effects going on, the reflections that are happening, I think this might end up adding quite a bit to it, because you can't have a war scene without having, particularly in the air. If you think back to all the war movies, like, I don't know, Saving Private Ryan, that kind of stuff. So let's see if this adds what we're looking for to add to our scene, and see if we're getting that cinematic look that we're shooting for. All right. So now that the render is coming through, you can already start to see some of the dust in front of our foreground character here, just in front of him in this area here. The dust effects are really starting to show up. Same thing in the sky area, where that blue sky is. You can see that we have a bunch of particulate in the air over here as well. I think that's adding a little bit more that we really needed to have in our scene. All right, so that is the end of this tutorial that adds some atmosphere and water reflections to our render. I think it's really starting to come along. So I hope you stick with us for the next one, and we'll catch you then.